All right, before I get started talking about security features in ASP.NET, I want to back up and talk about what every developer on your team needs to know about security. You basically need to pay attention to user input that's coming in. And user input can come from surprising places. And it can be formed, it can be malformed, purposely malformed to potentially cause you to do things you didn't want to do. And I'm going to show you a couple of examples of this. I'm going to show you SQL injection. I'm going to show you cross-site scripting. And both of these are pretty nasty attacks that are surprisingly common in web applications today. The rule of thumb for keeping your pages safe is no matter what page you're writing, if you get any sort of user input, don't trust it. If it came from the user, it could very well be malformed. So you want to first of all make sure that input's in the right shape. Filter it as it comes in. If it's an integer you're expecting, take the string that you got from the query string and parse it into an integer. And if that parse fails, assume it was evil and just throw it away. Don't accept it. If it's a string you're looking for, use a regular expression to test it for what you know is good. It's pretty important to look for what you know is good instead of what you think might be bad, because there's a lot more ways of encoding bad data than there are of typically giving you the data in the shape that you want. Range check things, integers, dates, floating point numbers. As you're ready to output your HTML stream, be sure that you encode data properly before it goes out, so that if somebody has given you some input and it's gone into your database, let's say, and you're using the items in the database to output to your HTML stream, you want to make sure that you're doing the right thing and encoding that properly so somebody's not generating cross-site scripting vulnerability. I'm going to jump in and show you these things so you can see exactly what I'm talking about here. But right before I do, I just want to mention there's a great website. Patterns and Practices guys have put together a bunch of security guidance. Everybody on your team should familiarize themselves with these really basic guidelines about user input.